Hey, Eleisha. What are you doing here?
I'm recording a podcast.
Me too.
I guess to Wednesdays.
Wow.
I've been thinking about this episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I like my Fridays like I like my tea.
Oolong? Irish breakfast? Like Black Friday?
Green.
Oh, green tea.
Yeah.
Green Fridays.
Yeah.
Oh,
not
like
Black Fridays.
dun dun dun.
Not a fan of Black Fridays.
Me either. But I do like black tea more than green tea, so that comparison doesn't work for me.
If I'm going to have black tea, I need some milk in it.
Same. And honey.
Nut milk.
Not milk?
Nut milk.
Which is not milk.
Not milk.
I think.
And stevia. I don't even know where this is going or coming from.
Me either.
Brace yourselves. The wildest shopping day of the year is coming. Black Friday, the unofficial holiday of overconsumption.
Today, we're tackling how to survive retail chaos and make choices that are better for your wallet, your community, and the planet.
From mindful spending to avoiding inflated discounts, we'll share tips on how to make this Black Friday less about chaos and more about conscious choices.
So grab a comfy seat, maybe a cup of cider, and let's turn one of the most consumer-driven days of the year into something a little more thoughtful.
Because shopping doesn't have to mean sacrificing your values or your sanity.
One can hope.
Have you ever woken up to get in line to go somewhere or do something and you didn't want to miss out, so you woke up super early to do it?
I can think of one time. My husband and I went to the biggest board game convention in the world.
You're so
which
cool.
is in Essen, Germany, Essen Spiel. And we were spending the day at the convention, but we wanted to get there like an hour or two early so that we could get in line and buy a board game called Splendor Duel or Splendor Duel because we could only get the French version.
You are speaking another language to me right now. A couple of things. Waking up super early. Standing in line. Board games.
I thought you loved Ticket to Ride.
Oh, did you? Did I?
You really acted like you enjoyed it. Oh, the last time we played.
I loved it.
We did get the game, in case you were wondering.
Phew.
But as previously mentioned, it was no longer available in English. So we make up our own rules.
Do you? Because are either of you fluent in French?
No.
So it's just... Okay, but you still wanted it even though it was in French.
Well, yeah. I mean, we could look up the English instructions online. It was very exciting. Actually, now that I'm remembering, we had the baby with us. My
That's right. I do
toddler
remember this.
was almost a year old because we went to Germany. I was running the Berlin Marathon. We went to Oktoberfest, and the trifecta of the trip was this board game festival. We were going to spend 2 or 3 days there, but we were already going. I don't think we would have just gotten in line solely to buy this board game. We were already going. We just had to get there a little bit early, and we braced ourselves with the crowds. But what's so funny to me is board gamers are very much rule followers.
Makes
so
sense.
The doors were wide open. There was no barricade or anything. And everyone's just standing, waiting for the go-ahead. And as soon as they said, okay, then the hordes of people went through. But I went to get Splendor Duel, and Jonathan, my husband, ran with the baby at the time to get Great Western Trail Argentina. And I'm certain one of our listeners is excited to hear that we got those.
Cool. So, Black Friday. Similar vibes to the board game convention?
Not quite. I don't think they're the same at all. The board games are not on sale, for starters.
No doorbuster deals?
No. When we started talking about doing this episode, I looked into the history of Black Friday. Can I tell you about it?
Oh, I was hoping you would.
Well, back in the 1950s,
Oh, 50s.
in a little town I like to call Philadelphia,
So close to us.
right? There was a big annual event of the Army versus Navy game.
Oh, they still have that.
And it was always the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And hordes of people would come to Philadelphia the Friday before. So the Friday after Thanksgiving, before the game,
Okay,
Saturday.
I got you.
It was chaos. People were flooding the shops, flooding the restaurants. In the midst of all this, there was some shoplifting. It was a really crazy time. Cops had to work overtime because of just so many people.
Okay.
And it was a negative. Black Friday, this name was just
Were
sort
they
of...
shopping or they were just...
No, there were a lot of people shopping and eating out, but then there were also people taking advantage of the chaos and doing a little shoplifting. So the years pass and the merchants are trying to rebrand it a little bit. They're trying to call it Big Friday, so there's less of
Wait, who called it Black Friday?
I don't know who exactly coined it, but it started just being known as Black Friday because it was
Like a bad connotation.
a bad, scary, dark Friday.
Like a dark day.
Yeah. Fast forward to the 80s, it started to become this nationwide thing where merchants were encouraging people to come, but they were sort of rebranding it into this idea that Black Friday meant stores were going from red to black.
Oh, like in the red.
In the red.
Right. Versus black is like profit.
Right. So
That's
they're
how you
like...
would used to do the books.
Exactly. So this now became a come to Black Friday. So that's sort of...
Like support your local economy kind of a thing?
Yeah. Support all these businesses and we'll all thrive on this day. And then obviously now it's like starts mid-November.
Yeah, it's not even just a Friday anymore. It's like a whole weekend.
No, I saw a big shop do an ad and Black Friday deals are live.
I've seen Black Friday in the summer. Wait, what?
What? Why?
I mean, I guess any Friday could be
Could be a Black Friday.
Black Friday. But as we've mentioned, I prefer my Fridays green. And now it's time to dive into a few facts around Black Friday, as we do. In 2019, 84.2 million people shopped in stores on Black Friday itself, and 124 million visited a store over the course of Thanksgiving weekend. So that's people in the stores, but a lot of it has transitioned to online sales.
I think that the biggest transition came in 2020 after COVID.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Everyone starts ordering online, avoiding other people.
Yes. But an influx of online purchases means there are going to be more returns.
Right. If you're ordering online, you may think, oh, this looks so good. You get it it's shipped to you, you receive it, and it's the wrong size or the wrong color, or it's
just
really
not what you
cheaply made,
expected.
or yeah. So you ship it back.
So in 2022, Americans returned $816 billion worth of product.
And the shipping process for returns is responsible for about 16 million metric tons of carbon dioxide each year, according to analysis by the environmental capital group and shipping logistics company Optoro in 2020. So 16 million metric tons of carbon dioxide and $816 billion in products returned. And the worst part of it all is that it's usually not going to another customer when it's returned.
Right. Especially since COVID. It often costs the company more to process it, sanitize it, repackage it than it does for them to just discard it and send out something new.
So most things are getting thrown into the landfill. In fact, a professor at Arizona State University estimates that about 80% of returns are disposed of this way.
Right.
So sad. It's also worth noting that when it says free shipping, nothing's ever really free. It's built into the cost. It usually means that maybe the worker that made it or the company that's producing it is not getting a fair share of the deal.
Right. And then there's also the extra packaging. So online shopping generates 4.8 times more packaging waste than in-store purchases.
Unless you shop at my refillery. And then it's like...
No packaging.
No packaging.
But could you handle the business of the entire country?
Oh, yeah. Easy. No. I know that we're talking about returns for online sales, but as a small business owner that runs a shop, we very rarely get people that come in with requests for returns. But on the rare occasion that happens, I'm not sure that people are aware that a small business just eats the cost of a return. Whether it's something that the customer just changed their mind about. Oh, I don't
think that digests very well.
What?
If you're eating do you eat the product or the money?
You're such a dork.
Oh, you meant it was a metaphor.
Wow. We don't physically eat the cost.
Okay. Well, I just want to make sure we're being clear.
That's why I stay so
Media
trim.
literacy is on the brink of extinction, so.
Right. So if someone's like, oh, yeah, I tried it, but it's just, ultimately, I don't love it. It's not like we can take a refill and like pour it back into.
Oh, let me just put the lotion back into the big tub.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't think a lot of people realize, and especially because it's always like money back guarantee and all of this, where it's all these sales tactics to try and get you to purchase something.
Right.
Unfortunately, people aren't making that connection whenever they go to an actual brick and mortar shop to realize, oh, this product will also just become waste.
The stores I shop at don't even allow returns. No thrift store is
That's true.
is taking products back. And also the Facebook Marketplace.
No. Side of the road.
Well, those you can put back on the side of the road. But you're not getting any money.
Not the same side of the road, though. Not that same place. It's a resale situation.
Yeah.
Except it's not a resale as much as a...
Refurbished goods.
Oh, refurbished. I like it. It's like refurbished.
I have a HGTV series lined up.
Fantastic. Refurbished. For all of that dumpster diving that you were like, actually.
You know what? I'm not going to refinish this. I'll go ahead and recurb it. The show just follows. It follows our family dumpster diving and then deciding they don't have time for that project. So it just goes back on the curb.
It's just a day in the life.
Sometimes the things get worse. They have to get worse before they can get better.
I thought I could fix it, but turns out...
I did take all the knobs off and the doors are off the hinges.
Started sanding, went through the veneer.
You know what? You try.
Refurbished.
If you are trying to take advantage of deals on Black Friday, there are ways to make it more mindful and sustainable. For instance, you could make your shopping list ahead of time so that you're not just mindlessly throwing things into your cart. You know exactly what you need and you're looking for those things.
We actually do this throughout the year where there are things that we would like to have, but we don't necessarily need. Things like computer programs that sometimes will go on sale, or I really would love to have more mugs for my tea in the morning, my green tea. Because we've broken several of them in the last few months. And so that's one of those things that I'm like, oh.
Have you tried just not breaking them? I just didn't know if you had thought of that approach.
Yeah. I mean, less wasteful for sure. But so I put things on throughout the year so that when Black Friday deals come, I can see if they are actually on sale and then take advantage of that.
Well, that's a good point that you're making because a lot of stores do this thing called inflated discounts.
Oh, yeah.
Where they raise the price of a product shortly before it goes on sale so that it looks like it's on sale, but it's not. And in some cases, it's actually cheaper. Like they might mark it up 15%, but only discount 10%.
Yeah, we actually have this at the shop where twice a year as a retail shop, wholesale accounts will give you like a discount because it's market. And we will always go in ahead of time and make note of what the pricing is so that whenever the deal comes, we can actually compare, oh, wait, did they just up their pricing for the sale?
Right.
And so...
Tricky.
I know. And so a way to avoid that in your own lives, if you're not running a business and you're running a household or just, your life in general, is doing the same. Putting that item in the cart, seeing...
As soon as possible.
Seeing what it is, what it costs, what shipping would be, because a lot of times they'll say free shipping today, but it's always free shipping or...
Right. Or it's shipping after $20 or...
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's nice to compare it with other products, like from a different site or different vendor, just to make sure one isn't taking advantage of you.
Yeah, you got to shop around.
I'm a little bit of a cheapskate. I think everyone close to me knows. I mean, I don't like to spend money on
you're
things.
Frugal.
I'm frugal and always have been. And I will almost always go for the cheaper option. And I'm trying to instead choose quality first. So get one thing that's going to last forever instead of something that's going to break or be thrown away very quickly.
Yeah.
And that's another important thing to keep in mind in this shopping frenzy is going quality over quantity.
I mean, I think we were raised to be frugal, just in general.
Yeah.
I'm a little more bougie as far as like...
Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. I would say that.
I like nice things, but I also don't... Like, I want to... Oh my gosh, I was about to sound exactly like Mom. I want to be smart about it.
Well, you do, though.
I do want to be smart about it. But like definitely when I was starting low waste, one of the first swaps I made was that super fancy razor.
Right. And see, for me, low waste started more as a way to save money. Like, we stopped buying paper towels and using cloth because we didn't want to spend money on paper towels. So
yours was like the added benefit of nicer products, and mine was the added benefit of saving money.
Yeah.
Win-win. This actually reminds me of the hype that was surrounding the Stanley Cup recently.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, not Black Friday.
No,
but
just
it's
in
that
general.
Scarcity, right? There's a limited amount, limited time only. At the shop, we always want stuff in stock. We hate when we run out of things. We don't want it to feel like, oh my gosh, I've got to get it now.
Right.
We don't do sales because we don't want you to feel like, well, I got to get it because it's on sale, or I've got to stock up now.
It's a tactic.
Yeah, it's a tactic to make you buy more instead of just buying what you need. And so you see like the doorbuster sales.
Right. And it can be something you've never even thought of. And suddenly you're like, oh, but
it's a great deal.
It's 50% off. How could I not?
Right.
This won't last.
It won't last.
I have to take advantage of it now. Mm-hmm. That's where they get you.
Oh, they get you good.
Like I should. I get you good. Is
Shania
Coyote
Twain?
Ugly? Oh, no, Shania. Yeah.
Coyote Ugly. I did just watch that the other day.
Did you?
I did.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
I hadn't either. But I used to watch it when I lived in that basement apartment.
It was one of your
Nashville.
3. You had Legally Blonde, Fried Green Tomatoes, and Coyote Ugly.
I know.
That was your collection.
On VHS.
Yes.
Which is also hilarious because DVDs were definitely around at that point.
Yeah, but where did you even get your TV set?
I mean,
Do you have like
secondhand.
one little rabbit wire that was up in the air so all you could watch were soap operas?
And late night television.
Oh, yeah. The good stuff.
Oh.
Okay, anyway.
I don't miss those days.
Anyway, let's focus up.
Are we not talking more about... Okay,
VHS.
Sorry. Right. Not today's
This is
topic.
the segment where I tell you where to find all the deals on VHS tapes and players. So if you are shopping online, one way to make that more sustainable is if you're buying many things, they'll be shipped to you as they become available. So you'll get a lot of different boxes.
Right.
But you can typically choose an option that says, just send it to me all at once.
Yeah, you don't need it as it's available.
Right.
It's like someone will gather it all and then send it to you at one time instead of making multiple trips,
box.
making those emissions every time.
Because they're putting a deck of cards in a box that would fit
With those,
an upright piano.
Giant air full of plastic.
I mean, we've all gotten one of those. Whoever, like, who thought this was the way to package this? And why were you ordering a deck of cards from online?
I wasn't. I would never.
I just don't think that was a necessary purchase.
Okay, so just to clarify, instead of ordering online and getting a bunch of small boxes as they're ready, have it all come in one big box. But at the same time, we're asking them to avoid big box stores.
Oh, you're taking it a step further.
Taking it a step further.
Because you want people to shop small.
Specifically in your own towns, locally. Like we've discussed.
We did a whole episode about it. If you missed it,
vote with your dollars. And in that same episode, we also talked about supporting brands that align with your values.
Right, like Fair Trade, B Corp,
Leaping Bunny Certified,
right.
EWG. Most companies that are sustainable will have an entire section of their website dedicated to sustainability. And so you can always check out a brand that way and really do a deep dive and look to see if they're just like glossing over things or if they have a very thorough explanation of their sustainability standards.
And they're usually icons. They usually have a whole slew of icons for their certifications.
The larger companies that are certified definitely will let you know.
So let's talk alternatives to Black Friday. What if you want nothing to do with it?
There is Buy Nothing Friday.
What could that mean? What does that entail?
I actually had never heard of this before, but I love the idea of it, and I've been celebrating it for quite a while, unknowingly.
Yeah, we're doing a Buy Nothing year, so what's one more day?
The first Buy Nothing Day was organized in Canada in 1992 as a day for society to examine the issue of overconsumption. It actually wasn't even associated with Black Friday at that point. That came later as Black Friday became crazier and crazier.
The day for overconsumption.
Yes. So people will now celebrate Buy Nothing Day by volunteering or spending time with their family.
It's sort of a protest.
Yeah, it's almost like a counter movement.
Counter movement.
Or even donating winter cloaks. Cloaks? Or even
there are plenty of people. My husband would love a cloak.
Donate winter coats. And so, yeah, it's become this
it's the antithesis of Black Friday.
Yeah, it's looking at it from a different lens.
The alternative that our family does is Fat Dog. It's Friday after Thanksgiving, day of gaming.
Oh.
Board games.
What? Shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking.
I mean, we used to do it more. Now that we have a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, it's less.
They really messed up your Fat Dog?
It's less a whole day and more after they go to sleep at night. Well, we might squeeze in a game or two.
Got it. So more like Fat Nog. Night of gaming.
Yeah, Fat Nog.
You should add eggnog, though.
This is amazing.
This is getting to be a much better holiday celebration. Another thing that you can do as a counter movement to Black Friday is just celebrate what you already have by using the day to go through your items, declutter before the holidays, pull together things that you want to donate or share or swap or...
Oh my goodness. You reminded me that the mom group I'm in, I have some mom friends in the area. We all have kids around the same age. Mm-hmm. One of them took charge and organized a toy swap.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's exciting.
It's amazing. We all kind of have this same mindset. We don't really want to spend a ton. We don't want to have a lot of waste. And since we all have kids in the same age range, we're getting together. It's like a potluck toy swap. So we're all just bringing some food one evening and we're all bringing toys that we've either outgrown or they just don't fit our needs. And it'll just be a free swap event. And then we'll all go home with gifts, Christmas gifts for our kids.
That's perfect.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah, that's wonderful.
She used an app to send some time options, and then everyone could say, this time works for me. Like,
oh, right. The type
these
of
dates
app
work for me.
It kind of does the math for you to figure out the best day for everyone.
Right. So we all chose a day that works, or the day that worked for the most people. And then she's going to have it she sent an Evite with the date and time, and it's just going to be like a mom's night. We'll all bring some food and we'll swap presents, and it's so great.
Are you having to bring a certain amount of toys, or
No.
it's just like however many you want, you can take however many you want, that kind of thing?
It's just that. Yeah, it's a very low-key, informal. Anyone can come, take
Also,
whatever you want.
Maybe an excuse to get together
Also, probably
without kids.
having a break from kids is like 50% of the benefit. There might be wine there.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not
but no
for sure.
whining.
I just was so excited when everyone agreed to this because, we're doing the snow by year. And so I found a great castle on the side of the road that just has some crayons. I'm going to clean that up.
Nice.
You found a puzzle on Buy Nothing. So I've really been scraping together the presents. I have a few homemade gift ideas, but this is such a perfect way to take someone else's gently used toys, and they're brand new for my kid.
Right.
It's not like he really understands what's
He will
going
not-
on.
He doesn't know any better.
No, and the 1-year-old, I put a cardboard box in the kitchen the other day, and it was Disney World. Thanks for tuning in as we ride this gravy train out of Thanksgiving and into the holiday frenzy. Let's remember that gratitude pairs well with mindful choices.
Whether you're embracing Buy Nothing Day, supporting small businesses, or carefully curating that shopping list, remember, it's not what you buy, but why you buy it.
The holiday season doesn't have to be full of stress and waste. It can be a chance to slow down, rethink our habits, and focus on what really matters. Quality over quantity, experiences over stuff, and connection over consumption.
So as the week unfolds, may your shopping be mindful, may your gifts be meaningful, and may your joy be abundant.
One can hope.